fix that clock, Mayor, I would.
Yeah, I'm not touching that baby, the one that can, yeah. This meeting to order. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for a moment of silence. Thank you. Seated. Again with the roll call, Mike Clonderis.
Present.
Gordy Nash.
Present.
Chief Schilling.
Present.
Dave Albritton, absent. Jeannie Stackhouse, absent. Heather, for the record, legal is present, so we'll have to do business. Thank you. We do have, first item here is approval of the minutes from the March 3rd meeting. I'll entertain a motion to accept as presented if there are no questions. Motion to accept, is there a second? Along with a second? I won't do that as presiding officer. Oh, it's fine. You can still, if you looked at them and you feel like there's no issues, you can. I'll do it if you want. Okay, point of order, I will second that. Okay. There's a motion and a second. Thanks, Mike, for catching me. I do agree with you now after I thought about that. Motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay? The ayes have it. Yeah, thank you for that, Mike. Recognition of visitors, again, appreciate local media, the assistant chief, always good to see you, appreciate you coming. Good. Reports oral and written. We do have several that need to be presented. And it looks like, Chief, we've got 2 months here that all of them are, okay, we're gonna get because of the, okay, so the first one is the Lutheran EMS report. I don't believe we have anyone here to present. Chief, any comments or?
No, just that I did speak with Alicia. She's happy to answer any of your questions. She just had a family emergency with some family members in the hospital, so she's not able to make it. But I'll try and answer your questions if you have any. If not, you're more than welcome to reach out to her. She can answer them as well.
So both Lutheran EMS reports, February and March of 2026 have been presented to the board. That'll take us to the fire territory monthly reports. Chief, we'll start with the February report.
Yep, so in February, we had a total of 233 responses, and of those, 55 were overlapping, representing 23.6%. Again, with the nearest transition, the reports look a little bit different, but we had a total of 7 fire calls, 10 hazardous situations, 25 non-emergency, 29 public service, 1 rescue, and 161 medical. With those, Station 17 district had 109 calls, Station 13 district had 100 calls, and then Station 15's district had 24 calls. In February, we had 563 hours of training. Some of that was for our new ladder truck. The training happened in February to get that in service, along with some EMS and some OSHA related trainings. And then we also hosted a traffic incident management class here as well. And then some TRT training also. In February, we had 9.5 hours of community service. Most of those were the local elementary school, but we did also have some station tours of some groups of kids come around. And then we also assisted as part of the Warsaw dive team. We assisted at the polar plunge event at Center Lake. And then the other pages just kind of break down those fire type calls and all those other calls. I won't go into those details unless you guys have any specific questions over those. Several of those pages.
And Chief, I apologize, you always tell me the Station 17 location
That's the downtown station.
downtown.
Yep, Station 13 is the Center Street station, and then Station 15 is the South Station.
Thank you for that clarification, thank you.
15's easy to remember because it's down close to State Road 15.
Okay.
That,
Mike, you've
Yeah.
helped me again
All
on
right.
2 things, okay, good, all okay.
but it took me a while to figure that one out.
Any questions on this one?
No, sir.
Hearing none, that'll take us to the March monthly fire report, Chief.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting to compare month by month right beside. Normally we don't do that, but there was a huge uptick in calls in the month of March from February to March. We had 309 calls in March, and of those 110 were overlapping incidents. So that represented 35.6% overlapping calls. Of those, we had 11 fire type calls, 17 hazardous situations, 44 non-emergency, 40 public service, 4 rescue calls, and then 193 medical calls. Of those, Station 17's district had 162 calls, Station 13's district had 110, and then Station 15's district had 37. As far as training, we had 657.75 hours of training. Again, covering a variety of topics, whether that be EMS, driver operator. We had some members go through fire inspector class. We had 2-week training academy for 2 of our new hires. That's what the recruit training is. And then we conducted some pre-incident planning, and then again our TRT and dive trainings as well for the month. In March, we had 48.25 hours of community service. Again, a lot of those are through the firefighter of the day programs and the programs that we have with the local elementary schools as well. And then we did help install a couple smoke detectors for some residents, and then we assisted with the Easter Bunny going to Gross Nicolai Center for an Easter egg hunt. So again, the remainder of the pages are just broke down on what type of fire calls they were. Do you have any questions there?
I was just gonna mention, compared February and March calls, you were busier in March in every category, fire calls, hazards, non-emergency, public rescue, as well as medical,
Correct.
across the board.
Yes. Yep, we just keep getting busier and busier. And the guys do a great job handling the multiple calls. Again, 35% overlap. I don't have them all in front of me, but again, 2 calls, it could be an overlapping call, say it's a medical call, and then an overlapping fire alarm. That depletes all the resources we have in the city, and then we have to depend on mutual aid to get that. But some of those could be dual fire calls as well, so that we're now cutting resources. But the guys do a great job. That's kind of the role of the battalion chief. If the resource isn't needed, he cuts them loose. They do a great job. The guys, along with Assistant Chief Cornup, running the day-to-day operations. They do a good job of returning to service as soon as they can, doing their job, but then getting back ready to take the next call, which I greatly appreciate.
I wish we could
Do something about that.
Thank you, Chief.
Yep.
That'll take us to the monthly expenditure reports, operating funds, or operating fund 2243. Start with the February report, Chief.
Yes, as I looked through the February report, I did not see anything out of the ordinary unless anybody has any specific questions.
not yet, good point.
All right.
We still have, the monthly expenditure report, the equipment replacement fund 4410, February and March. Chief, the February report, please present that to the board.
Yeah, so that was the one where I knew I saw something that I wanted to speak about. You will see, like the Station 13 carpet, we did do some remodeling in the station a little bit. A lot of that money, or all of that money was encumbered from 25 money, so it was encumbered into 26's budget and then spent out of the 26 budget. But again, that was encumbered from last year over into this year's budget. So I just wanted to point that out there. And then other than that, I don't have anything unless you have any other questions.
The March report, Chief?
And I did not see anything on the March report. Just getting the new equipment that we had budgeted for the year of 26, so you'll see some of that equipment on there, such as the search cameras, and then some thermal imaging cameras as well.
Chief, appreciate you helping us with all of the different reports, 4 separate ones, 2 months for each. I'll entertain a motion from the board to accept as presented.
I would make that motion to accept monthly reports for both February and March of this year in Fund 2243 and Fund 4410,
Along with
as
the,
presented.
as well as the monthly fire territory reports and Lutheran EMS, correct? Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Motion accepted. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There is a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay? The ayes have it. Thank you for that. There is no unfinished business. That will take us to new business. Applying for a K-21 Health Foundation grant. That looks like fitness equipment, Chief.
Yes, so last year Lieutenant Tyler Cole went after a grant from the Community Foundation to get us some treadmills. He would like to proceed with some more equipment through the K-21 Health Foundation. So this is just requesting your permission to apply for the grant through K-21. There are 2 options that we can do, and he has chose to go with the instead of reimbursement, where they just fund it with a direct payment. So this is for a direct payment grant for $43,664.20 worth of equipment for all 3 stations.
And the request at the bottom of this memo, I think you said it, Chief, just making sure we're clear here. It's a request to approve proceeding with the submission of the application, correct? That's what the,
Yes, and then if we are awarded, we'll come back to ask permission to accept the grant.
appreciate Tyler's efforts, and boy, he was looking good that last board meeting. I don't know how much weight he has lost, but I coached him when he was a kid, and he almost looked like he was an athletic kid.
Yeah, there are, when I first got hired 10 years ago, it was very rare for people to work out. And I would say now we have about every shift, and almost every member works out for at least an hour or 2 every shift. So this equipment's really getting utilized. I think they're finding that we don't want to say we don't have nice equipment, but we have some equipment that could be replaced. And this is why you see him going after those grants. And again, cardiovascular disease is the #1 cause of line of duty deaths in firemen. So,
Yeah.
but thankful for Lieutenant Cole for stepping up and doing this for the department.
Is that a timely process? Does it take quite a bit of time to apply for a grant?
I'm not sure. I've never personally personally done a K-21 grant, so I'm not sure of their process, but it is a process, but I don't know
Just curious.
how much it entails.
I'd made a motion, I love working with, OPM, to accept this request.
Motion to accept the request, is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a second. Call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you. Next item, Chief is applying for Warsaw Work and Learn grant, another grant application.
Yeah, so this is a grant that I was made aware of. So currently we have a partnership with the Warsaw Area Career Center at the high school for work-based learning. And so we have 2 students currently that came out of the fire class at the high school, that then their senior year, they come and co-op and work half a day doing some work-based learning, half a day at the fire department, and then half a day in school. And from that, along with the program at the high school and the work-based learning program, it brings us some good recruits. It gets us to know them, and hopefully potential to grab onto them after they graduate is kind of the end goal. Working through with the school system, I was made aware that there is a 50% grant that pays for 50% of the wages of these work-based learning students. So this is just permission to apply for the grant to recoup some of our costs with that. Again, it's just 50% of their wages. I believe the interns are $10 an hour, and every year we go for 2 of them. Again, with the I value this program as the chief. I think the students get a great opportunity to engage with us and work for us, and this is just a way to keep that program sustainable and going, especially with the upcoming unknowns with budget.
Appreciate those comments. Any questions from board members?
I'd make a motion to approve the request.
Motion to approve the request, is there a second?
I'll second.
There is a second. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you. Thanks, Chief, for helping us through those 2 items. That will take us to travel requests.
Yep, so just a few travel requests. Firefighter Cody Bixler for Incident Command, class level 300 and 400. Firefighter Chad Bassett for continuing education for EMS class, that's the AMLS. Assistant Chief Cornrup to attend Fire Department Instructors Conference in Indianapolis. Fire Marshal Williams for International Code Council course in Mishawaka to keep up with his inspector certification. Firefighter Jacob Johnson, firefighter Derek Schilling, and firefighter Cody Bixler to attend CIT training here in Warsaw. And then another one for Fire Marshal Jeremy Williams for Emergency Responder Communication Enhancement Systems in Fort Wayne. Most of these are continuing education courses and or for promotional purposes to help out the department and step up to move into a leadership role.
Looks like Chief of Board of Works has reviewed all of these and voted on them. We have a few that have already occurred, but the Board of Works has looked at it. We're seeking approval from this board as well to accept them as presented.
Great.
Any questions for the chief on any of these? I really appreciate the efforts by leadership to provide these opportunities for really every member at all levels of the department. Appreciate it. I'll entertain a motion to accept if there are no questions.
I so moved.
I would second that.
Motion next meeting, Heather, am I looking at this correctly, June 2nd?
Yes, sir.
Cannot believe I just said June 2nd. It looks like it will very likely continue to be here at the Warsaw PD Training Center. Talking to legal before the meeting, and it just seems like we didn't know, I think I've mentioned this before to this board and other boards, I know media's heard of it, we just didn't realize the amount of work and the difficulties that you can face if you stay in the area that they're working. And so use of the council chambers currently by our clerk treasurer's office has been very helpful. Plan department and code enforcement will be moving down sooner than later. I know we're close to it right now, and that will last for another 6 weeks, maybe 8, and then it will be HR and the mayor's office that will go. And still having a presence in the building, but working through this $1.7 million HVAC project. So it's needed. I was in a meeting today in the conference room, and the buzzing and noise was so loud from the unit that I had to turn the whole thing down, so shut it off. So it'll be a good thing once it's in. Appreciate everybody coming to the PD. So June 2nd, correct? Okay. Any questions or comments from the board?